When love seems like an epic fairy tale on the surface, what happens when hidden betrayals and personal demons lurk beneath? My name isn't important. What matters is the shattered heart behind these 15+ years of togetherness. I was 33 when I embarked on this journey with my 37-year-old wife, and though we built a family with a beautiful 4-year-old daughter along the way, our marriage of 8 years has been a tumultuous ride from the very start. I left Poland for the UK with dreams of a better life and the hope that my wife would soon join me to build a new beginning together. For 18 long months, I navigated the challenges of a new country alone, battling language barriers, securing a job, and saving enough money to ensure we could one day afford a home and a car. When she finally arrived, our early days together were full of promise and plans for a family. But like a storm on a calm sea, our relationship oscillated between moments of joy and deep despair. We were far from perfect. Every time we teetered on the brink of separation, our hearts pulled us back, whispering promises of reconciliation. Yet, under the guise of normalcy, cracks began to form. One ordinary morning, while getting ready for work, I noticed a simple "Hi, honey" notification on her phone. Driven by a mix of curiosity and trepidation, I peeked into her messages, a decision that unveiled a conversation with a former colleague from Poland. Although the flirtatious tone didn't scream betrayal outright, the suggestive texts and his remarks about her appearance raised red flags. When I confronted her, she brushed it off as nothing more than the playful banter of a friend. But doubt had already taken root, and I found myself checking her phone all too often over the ensuing years. Our life in the UK moved forward, buying a house with a mortgage, welcoming our daughter into the world, yet the pressure of everyday struggles intensified. Amidst these challenges, I faced a relentless battle with ankylosing spondylitis, a condition that fused my spine and left me in constant pain. In those first few years after our daughter's birth, my physical agony was almost unbearable. Although my wife initially offered support, the endless pain eventually wore her down. Then, about 3 years ago, a new betrayal emerged. My wife began exchanging provocative messages with a co-worker, hinting at secret hotel rendezvous and forbidden desires. When I confronted her, she dismissed my concerns as mere flirtation, a stupid way of talking to men, she claimed. I foolishly clung to the hope that our family could withstand even this. But secrets have a way of unraveling. 5 weeks ago, I noticed her deleting messages with increasing frequency, and a chilling suspicion crept in. With a heavy heart, I suggested that perhaps it was time to test the waters of new relationship 7. If that meant a divorce, see if my worst fears were coming true. My intuition was brutally confirmed 1 week later. I discovered a complete conversation between my wife and her new boss, a 60-year-old man with a wife and 2 children. Their texts were not only about planning dinners and overnight hotel stays, but were also laden with explicit, steamy exchanges. In the days that followed, our home was filled with anguished arguments. Desperate for answers, I revisited that old conversation from Poland. Under intense pressure, she finally admitted that she had kissed and touched that man multiple times, a revelation that made my heart momentarily stop. The shock, the betrayal, and the endless what-ifs left me shattered. Adding to the pain was the reality that each man she betrayed me with was married, each entangled in their own complicated lives. Now, as I face a looming divorce, the weight of financial burdens, a mortgage, and the responsibility for our daughter only deepens the ache. Despite everything, I still love her. I wonder every day if I somehow deserve this relentless suffering, my own shortcomings, and the crippling pain of my condition paved the way for this tragedy. Even now, amid the heartbreak and anger, I strive to be a better man. I refuse to let bitterness dictate my actions, especially knowing that she remains the mother of my daughter. We've agreed on a joint custody arrangement, and while I'm trying to regain clarity and balance, the road ahead remains uncertain. I'm left to navigate this labyrinth of grief, betrayal, and lost trust, determined to rebuild my life piece by painful piece.